Yeah, a couple quick thoughts. It was great to watch some of the Pro Football Hall of Fame inductions last night, and some of those speeches. Really neat to see. So that was wonderful. It was also equally as sad to see college football coaching legend and Coach Bowden pass away this week. And while I didn't really know Coach all that well, certainly have an unbelievable amount of respect for what he did, not only for this profession, but what he did for so many people. And listening to all the stories, it makes you think as a coach, your impact and your legacy that you're going to leave behind. And while he was one of the most winningest coaches in college football, the impact and what so many people say about him is really what it's all about. And so much respect for him, and thoughts and prayers with his family.
We'll open it up for questions. Front row middle, Nathan.
Ryan, you were asked back in the spring about the concept of guys like Thayer and Nicholas and whether you would think about having them on the interior, and you're kind of dismissive of it at the time. Has your thoughts on that changed at all as we progressed into the preseason?
You know, we've moved them around a little bit. We're trying to find the best 5 on the field at once. It's just kind of always the goal. And the good news is those guys have great value because they can move. And so looking at some of their skill sets, it's going to, be a benefit to them moving forward if they can play a little bit of tackle and play some guard. And you saw Paris move in a little bit. He can also move out to tackle. So, yeah, DeJuan's played some guard in the past. Nick and also Thayer. So, especially this time of year, we mix and match and try to figure out where the best 5 is. But, there's a lot of guys in that O-line room that are competing really well, and they'll just have to continue to try to, build that skill set, and then we'll find the best 5 here as we probably, into the end of this week and maybe early next week.
Along the same lines, you talked about wanting to kind of cultivate that versatility from those interior guys, Harry and other guys. You also said you want to name a starting quarterback roughly midway through perfect world. Does a starting center need to be established around that same time? Am I overthinking the importance of that relationship?
No, I don't think you're overthinking it, because the center is obviously important in terms of the communication and those type of things. But what is the significance of naming a starter at those different positions? I'm not sure. It kind of depends on the situation year in, year out. But it is noteworthy that the center is someone that has to do a lot of communicating. So that chemistry is important. But that's why a lot of guys are rolling in and out of there.
Right next door, Dave.
Ryan, you were asked at Big Ten Media Days if you like name, image, and likeness, and you said no, but I'm embracing it. How has that been so far? I know it's early. Have there been any distractions, and are you concerned there could be some distractions there?
I'm not. I think that a big part of moving into the next, I guess, this decade of college football is making sure that you recruit great families, great people who have great character and values, and I think we have that right now. And so I don't see a distraction right now with our guys. I think that some of them have used it and have had really good opportunities to put some money in their pocket. But I think they're also smart about the people that they're putting their name on and with, and building relationships with. I think that they're doing a good job of walking before they're running, and that's a big part of the education that we had. But they also understand that if their academics aren't in place, if their football's not right, then the amount of opportunities are going to be affected. So I think their priorities are good right now. We'll see as we continue into the fall, but right now I think that our guys have done a good job of prioritizing all of it.
I also want to ask you about
Hey guys,
Mayan
excuse me 1
Williams.
second, Dave. Hey, feel free to unmask when you're asking questions, just so the mics can pick them up.
Thank you. I also want to ask about Mayan Williams. I know it was a small sample size, but when we were out there last week, he seemed to be going first in every running back drill. What's he done to catch your eye, and where's he at, in the pecking order right now?
Yeah, I wouldn't look too much into all that in terms of where guys align and everything. We have different guys in front and stretch lines and different lines, but that room, there's a lot of depth there. There's a lot of guys, getting a lot of reps. Masters, really coming on, and Mayan's had a very good camp. 5 days in, and then Trace and Marcus and even Evan. I mean, all 5 of them are getting a lot of reps. We're spreading them around, and again, this is kind of like where we're installing, and we're spreading the reps around. So there's a lot to go around, and then I think certainly as we get into game week, or really after these next 2 weeks in the hotel, that we have about 12 days before that first game. That's where we really come up for air, and the depth chart's really set, and those reps start getting more prioritized. Maybe a little bit next week, but right now we're just trying to get as many of these guys reps as possible, because like we've talked about before, they're behind. And some guys, the more reps they get, the better they are, and they can really cover a lot of ground and get better. And that's really what it's all about right now. The depth chart really isn't very important. It will be pretty soon, but right now it's about getting reps.